I met with Dr. Ivor van Heerden, Deputy Director of the university's elaborate Center for the Study of Hurricanes.
We had the science. We had really studied this thing. We knew what was going to go wrong. We had an enormous amount of information, right down to mapping where the gas tanks were and pipelines, and public opinion surveys, contamination models for air and for water and different types of chemicals. Science was basically ignored all the way through the process.
The LSU professors warned, for example, that the IEM plan simply made no provision for people, the old, the sick, who couldn't escape in a car. I asked him the consequences of this oversight.
Well, you know, 1,500 of them drowned. That's the bottom line.
Then the professor surprised me by saying that giving us this information put his job at risk.
I wasn't going to let them let those sort of threats shut me down or any of the other sorts of nonsense that went on, because it was so important that we get out what had gone wrong and why.
Apparently, the heat from the university originated with a state official who now works for IEM.
We got a phone call from somebody in the state government who actually now works for IEM, but I don't think that was his plan at the time. And he jumped all over me and said by criticizing their work I was putting the whole exercise in jeopardy, and if I did it again I would be banned.
There's an X on this house. It has a 5 under it. That means that 5 corpses were pulled out of here. 5 people who were killed, and they weren't killed by Katrina. They were killed by this, a levee, which is supposed to protect them from the waters of the Mississippi, and it failed. And they never told the 5 in there that they knew it would fail.
The levees were never built high enough, and we now know that a decision was made to actually build them 1.5 feet lower than they were supposed to be. They were an accident waiting to happen.
Back at LSU, Van Heerden's experts warned the Bush administration about the short levees long before Katrina hit.
I myself briefed many senior federal officials, including somebody from the White House.
But they wouldn't listen. And then, when the levees broke as predicted, the White House withheld this crucial information from the state police at the Emergency Operations Center, where Van Heerden was desperately trying to save lives.
FEMA knew at 11 o'clock on Monday that the levees had breached. At 2 o'clock they flew over the 17th Street Canal and took video of the breach. By midnight on Monday the White House knew, but none of us knew until on Tuesday. Monday night I was at the State Emergency Operations Center and nobody was aware that the levees had breached. Nobody.
So wait, so the White House wouldn't tell you that the levees had breached?
They didn't tell anybody.
And you're at the emergency center?
Yeah, nobody knew. I mean, the Corps of Engineers knew, FEMA knew, none of us knew. The way we found out was on CNN, you know, on Tuesday, about midday. We found out the city was flooded. That's how most people found out.